Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and we have about 20 minutes here until the stock market closed, but absolute banger of a day today, up 10%, up almost $4,000 on the day. Absolutely killer day. I know your guys' portfolios are looking ripe as well. And if they're not, we'll talk about a solution to make it look a little bit better towards the end of the video. Now, in this video, we're going to go over the stock market update because we have many stocks up 10%, 15%. We have Robinhood up 25%, one of the biggest gainers of the day with 95 million in volume. Wix up 10%, DraftKings up 11%. Upstart up 12%. Also see Rivian up 17% on the day. Remember, we saw them as low as $40 per share, 45. So it seems like that's where they set their support at, around $35 to $45 per share. So if we see Rivian closer to $35 per share, I wouldn't mind picking up some shares, but I'm not going to be going crazy on Rivian just because they have a lot of risk involved with something like Rivian, but they are improving on their EPS, which is a good thing to see. We also see that 52-week high has a huge ceiling, so there's a lot of room to still be growing with Rivian Automotive in the next few years as well. Facebook not doing much. Okay, so it could still be a good time to be buying Facebook, only up 8% in the last week. You know, this is a stock that I've been talking about recently in a lot of my videos, and we saw them as low as $180 per share. Now, if you scroll out to the last 3 months, we still see a lot of stocks down. Facebook still down 33%, so there's still huge buying opportunities. I think $300 per share is a safe spot to be selling Facebook, but closer to 350 in my opinion, and even holding for long term up to new all-time highs is personally what I'm going to be doing. Now, Apple's an interesting stock to talk about right now because it's had about a 10-day winning streak. Every day has been green in the last 9 to 10 days, and this has not happened since around 2003. Okay, so since March 14th to March 29th, we have yet to see a red day with Apple. We see that it also has a huge amount of volume and a huge market cap. So right before it gets that $3 trillion market cap, it typically retraces. So this could be a potential one for an option trade. And I would be looking at like May 6th with a put. So buying a put. They're all super expensive, but there's a $170 put or $165 put. Could work out just fine, looking for about a 30-40% gain on that and then sell it right away, just because we've had this huge winning streak. And typically lately when Apple's had a winning streak, it's at least pulled back a little bit. So, you know, I'm looking for at least about a 4%, 5% pullback on Apple's share price, closer to like $165 per share. I think we can see Apple pull back before it goes back up higher. If we also do some technicals, or at least just look at some trend lines on Apple, you can also see that in between these trend lines is typically where Apple likes to stay. It looks like it broke out a little bit right here, but it also looks like that it's going to be meeting back up at that bottom support or the bottom trend line, closer to about $165 per share. So if you're an option trader, that's definitely something to consider, at least look in a little bit with this huge overextended winning week, winning 2 weeks that Apple has been having lately. Something like Roku, I think, is at least interesting to talk about, up 7% on the day. It looks like it's peeling back a little bit now and up 11% on the week. However, in the last 3 months, we still see them down 39%, and they're still one of the biggest losers in the stock market, with them down 70% still from highs. Okay, so we can see a 2 to 3x on Roku. This one is a little bit more high risk though. So if you're not a high risk trader, growth stock trader, this one can, you can hold for 1 to 2 years, but on that second year, it could pop back all the way up to $300, $400 per share, making that 1 to 2 year hold worth it because you get about 100 to 200% gain in that time. Now, there's no guarantee, obviously, that's going to happen. It's not financial advice. That's just my opinion. But if we draw some trend lines and see what's going on here with Roku, we can actually see that it is towards the bottom right now. So typically you always want to buy towards these bottom points whenever you're stock market trading, especially if you're a shorter term trader, a swing trader, or just a growth trader, because when you buy the dip, typically it always yields back. In the past, you can kind of see all those points after it dips down, it does pop back up. So that's definitely a possibility with something like Roku. Even selling above $150 per share to $200 per share, which is more likely for Roku. If you're looking for a swing trade in the next 3 to 6 months, something like that is even possible. And Ark ETF down 7%. They're pretty much the epitome of growth stocks. So you can kind of look, if you're thinking about growth stocks, you can just look at Ark ETF as a whole and see how much they're down. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to go in every 6 months, every 3 months, every year and manage your portfolio and make sells according on the news that's coming out, this one might be the one for you. It's an ETF. It's actively managed by Cathie Woods, and it has a higher growth rate than a normal ETF, but it also has higher risks than a normal ETF as well. So if you're looking for something a little bit more risky than normal ETFs, definitely look into ARKK. Risky, but there is some reward, especially if you're a long-term holder of ARK. If you're holding for 2 years or more, I think there's definitely possibilities that she will be making money and her stock price, ARKK, will definitely be above $70 per share in the next 12 to 24 months. Sofi up 10% today, but they're still down 30% in the month. And I think that this is a good one to even still be buying for around a 40% gain from the current price. So it's at $10 per share right now, pretty much on the button. And I think that this one can be sold around $14 to $15 per share. So around a 40-50% swing trade on Sofi Technologies. Obviously, there's no guarantee. Personally, that's what I'm doing. I also think there are a great company with great fundamentals for long-term investors as well. And the last one that we'll be talking about that smashed it out of the park today, killer day in the market today, Matterport up 16% on the day and 34% on the month. We were talking about this one at around $7.50 per share. So a lot of people that watch my YouTube channel were getting in Matterport at that price. And people that were on my close friends list got in at that price and already see a great gain, a return on their investment at that price, because obviously I post on my close friends list before anything else. Now we still see Matterport down significant percents from its all-time high, down 70%. I think that this one can be sold above $12 per share, above $15 per share. And if you hold long enough, I think we can see Matterport around $20 per share once again in the next 3 to 6 months. This is also a good longer term hold with great fundamentals. They have great patents. They are working towards the metaverse, and they have a business model that's already functional. Not in the metaverse, but it overlaps and can go into the metaverse really well. They basically do digital cameras, if you don't know. And if you guys been on like Zillow or Redfin, those like 3D walkthroughs of houses, they have a patent on a camera that allows you to turn a space into a digital space. So think of that when they're able to incorporate that with the metaverse. That's going to be huge for their business model down the line as well. It's also a stock that's under $10 per share, so the share price is rather cheap. So you can do options on it, and you can buy a lot of shares and everything in between. So smash a thumbs up on this video if you appreciate the daily content for you guys. And if you guys want me to make more videos like this, just keep liking the videos and comment what you guys want to see below. If you want to get on the close friends list, now is the best time to get on the close friends list. I just made a new success story, success number 5 here, so you can see that people were already having success this week in the stock market from the close friends list, doing option calls on some options. They're up 85, up 64%. And if you want to read more success stories, go to success number 4 and read those as well. So now's the time that you want to start getting invested in the stock market, getting serious about the stock market for 2022. We have still a lot of stocks that are buy the dip opportunities. You don't want to wait until it's too late and everything's at a 52-week high, because that's just not the way to make money in the stock market. You want to get in before the rush happens and before the crowd all starts trying to get in at the same time. Now, with that being said, I also have some discounts going on. When the stock market starts heating up, we have everyone trying to sign up for the close friends list all at the same time, and I have to start raising prices when that stuff happens. So if you want to get in at the discounted rate, also message me on Instagram. I'll send you over a survey so that way I can help you out the best way possible, an application. And then once you complete that, shoot you over my website. You can check everything out for yourself and see if it makes sense to you. All right, guys, remember, share this video with a friend if you think they'll find it helpful. Like this video, comment below, subscribe with post notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.